As if accepting the fact that The Last of Us Part 2 just got delayed wasn't enough, this video is going to serve for anyone that's a masochist and just thoroughly enjoys being teased with bad news.
Subscribe to Breakthrough Gaming and get your chance to win a copy, limited copy, Last of Us 2, which I'm not in.
The hug.
Oh, man. There you go, buddy. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Alright guys, The Last of Us Part 2 has been delayed a total of 3 times. Wait, what did you say, Breakthrough? Did he just say 3? Yes, 3 times. Why, I can't say it. 3. Look, I'm sorry guys, we all have our own faults and glitches. I can't say the number 3 to save my life. Alright, proceed. So, fun fact, The Last of Us Part 2 was actually originally intended to be released as early as late 2018. You see what I did there? Early, late. Well, it's the truth, guys. There was a Game Informer back in 2016 that at the time we had no way of confirming if the information was true or not, but it turned out to be 100% legitimate. Now, a lot of people were arguing that the images when the Game Informer specifically was fake in general, and their main reasoning and the main excuse for believing this would have been that it does not look like Ellie. The images that we're seeing there are clearly Ellie from The Last of Us Part 1, but what people need to understand is that this Game Informer was never made publicly available, and chances are it's because, according to the Game Informer, The Last of Us Part 2 was actually supposed to be revealed at E3 2016, not PSX, which was around 5-6 months afterwards. So yeah, just some food for thought, guys. Now, when it comes to the information on the actual Game Informer, yes, everything is 100% correct. From the age gap, jumping from 14-year-old Ellie to 19-year-old Ellie. Back then, The Last of Us Part 2 wasn't even revealed, and this Game Informer was already letting us know that we would get to play as Ellie rather than Joel. It even mentions things that weren't even confirmed by Naughty Dog for years afterwards, such as there being more player development and environment interaction, as well as being able to pass through the game using absolutely no violence or using all the violence in the world that you may desire. Now, some memorable mentions before we continue on to the second intended release date that has been postponed. We have the official PlayStation Facebook page that accidentally slipped up and posted on its upcoming top video game releases of the year 2018, which clearly turned out to not be true. Next point on the list, we have Gustavo Santaolalla, the music composer behind, actually, it's not even just The Last of Us at this point, it's many Naughty Dog projects and also Hollywood films have showcased the styles and the expertise that Gustavo Santaolalla has to offer. With that said, Gustavo Santaolalla has had a long-term relationship with Naughty Dog, more specifically Neil Druckmann. They are very good friends, to say the least, and when you really think about The Last of Us Part 1's emotional roller coaster, I think it's safe to say that if it wasn't for this man, The Last of Us Part 1 would not be the amazing emotional journey that it is for most players. Good old Gustavo Santaolalla. Well, in an Argentinian radio station interview, he actually revealed and verbatim stated that The Last of Us Part 2 would be coming out in 2019. Now, at the time, we had no way of confirming this, but obviously we all went crazy and decided to put all our hope and all our faith into this 2019 release date, which actually turned out to be true when Jason Schreier from Kotaku explained over Twitter that The Last of Us Part 2 was in fact replaced by Death Stranding. He went on to say that The Last of Us Part 2 was delayed over to February, and this is something that Naughty Dog then confirmed afterwards, as we now know when they finally told us it was coming out in February, and now they pushed it again to May. Fuck. Alright guys, but just keep in mind, it makes sense, alright? The Last of Us Part 2 has actually been worked on since as early as 2014, and I made so many videos talking about this. I do realize that we have a much bigger channel now with a lot of people that probably did not know that, so I'll go ahead and say it one last time. The Last of Us Part 2 has been worked on since early at that, 2014. Bruce Straley, previous member of the Naughty Dog family, who used to be one of the co-lead designers and the one that would design a lot of the artwork for The Last of Us. He was actually working on The Last of Us Part 2 head sculptures, and that was all the way back in mid or early 2014. He slipped up and posted it on his LinkedIn profile, which is a job resume website. So guys, what is your take? I'm really fucking hoping they don't delay it again. I don't see why they would, especially after the statement that Neil Druckmann made, which if you want to find out more about that, click the link in the description. So, yeah guys, thank you so much for watching. My name is Breakthrough Gaming, #1 source for The Last of Us Part 2, and I am out. Peace.